Yo, if you are uncomfortable in your own skin, something is wrong. You know it. I know it. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to join the gym and everything will be fixed because you already know that, right? You've heard it before. You probably clicked on this video in hopes of finding something that you didn't know before. So that is exactly what I'm gonna deliver, okay? When I was in high school, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. And so I too joined the gym in hopes of fixing that. And don't get me wrong, the gym did a lot of wonderful things for me. But when it came to feeling comfortable in my own skin, it didn't really fix that. I would still walk through the hallways of high school and feel like there were 1,000 eyeballs on me. So I just kept living my life that way up until a couple of months, really. And at the time, I didn't really notice what changed, but I did notice that I was starting to feel more confident and just, I was starting to feel like I was whole again. I was one, and I wasn't walking around with a mask on my face. And last week, I was actually reading a book. You guys can't see it, but I was reading a book on psychology, right? And I heard about this guy named Carl Jung. Now, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a know-it-all from psychology because I'm not. There are a lot of people here on YouTube who pretend to know a ton of things, but yeah, I don't really subscribe to that. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know much about this, but I did understand a concept called the shadow self. Now, this is from that guy, Carl Jung, and essentially, the shadow self is the view that you have in your mind of yourself, right? So your mind has a certain opinion and a certain view of every single person that you have ever met in your life, right? Your mom, your best friend, your dad, and yourself. And what I noticed was that the reason you don't feel comfortable in your own skin is because the idea that your mind has of you doesn't match the real world version of you. So essentially, one example of that would be someone who views himself in their head as someone who is disciplined, someone who has control of their life and has control of their vices. But then, in the real world, they might be addicted to alcohol or to cigarettes or to gambling. And what happens is that the versions that person has in the real world and in their mind, they don't match, and so that person doesn't feel whole. They feel like they are living life, but they feel like something is missing. And the reason you don't feel comfortable in your own skin is because the skin that you are living in doesn't represent the person that you view yourself as. And so the first thing that I would say you have to do is you have to be authentic to yourself, okay? You can't just be living your life trying to please other people. People pleasers and people pleasing has got to be one of the worst strategies to living a happy life, okay? Because here's the thing, man. Never ever try to, make everyone that you meet like you. Because the truth is, you are not for everyone, okay? There will always be someone that will meet you and that will meet me and they'll look at us and say, you know what, I'm just not interested in this person, right? They just don't tick the right boxes. And yet, on the other hand, there will also be someone who is the exact opposite. They will meet you for the first time and you guys will talk for 10 minutes and it will feel like you've known this person for more than a year. And that's the beauty of life. When you are authentic, when you stick to your values and you stick to who you really are. So there's a quick little message, I don't think I have anything more to say, but just be authentic, okay? Stay true to yourself. Don't be a people pleaser, and you will see that you'll start to fit into your own skin way, way better than you did. And, if you're at it and you want to improve your life, join the gym if you haven't done that already. But that's for another video. So, thank you for watching, Make sure you leave a sub so that you keep improving throughout the year. And I'll catch you in the next one, homie.